So I built this AI chatbot, and today I'm going to show you exactly how to build it from scratch. By the end of this video, you will have your own version that you can customize and deploy for free. So let's get started. How to create our project? Go to the desktop folder and write this command. For this project, we are going to use Grok API, which is completely free. Now go to the Chrome tab and search Grok. Click on this API's key. Now click Create API key. Give it a name. And now copy this API key we will use in our project later. Now open this project in VS Code. Go to the source folder. Now delete this asset folder and CSS file. We are going to add CSS in our index.css file. Now open terminal and install dependency for icons. Now run this project. Now inside source folder, we create another folder with the name components. Inside this, we have three main files: ChatForm, ChatBotIcon, ChatMessages. Now go to app.js file. In this file, first we will import useState. UseState gives our chatbot memory, allowing it to keep track of the conversation. We use useRef and useEffect. UseEffect let us run code when something changes. In our case, whenever a new message is added. Now we will add down icon and send icon. Now after that, create constant with the app. Inside this, we will use get history to store the entire conversation and is loading to know where the AI is generating a response. And is loading to know when the AI is generating a response. Now we use useref. Useref gives us a direct access to the chat container so we can automatically store to the latest message. Now to generate response. This is core of our chatbot. Every user message eventually ends up in this function. Before calling the API, we mark the chatbot as loading so user get instant feedback. Our chat history has its own format, but the Grok API expects messages in a specific structure, so we are converting the data before sending it. This request sends the conversation to the AI model and waits for a response. The system message defines the AI behavior and personality. It's always a good idea to handle API failure because requests don't always succeed. Once we get a response, we remove the loading message and add the AI reply to the conversation. If something goes wrong, we will show the error inside the chat instead of leaving the user wondering what happened. Whether requests succeed or fail, we stop the loading state. This function runs whenever the user sends a new message. We are instantly showing the user message and a temporary thinking indicator to make chatbot feel responsive. After updating the UI, we send the conversation to the AI and wait for its response. Every time a new message is added, we automatically scroll to the bottom so the latest message is always visible. Now we use return statement. Inside this, we create container with the class name container. I'm going to paste the CSS so we can stay focused on React and AI logic. You will find the complete CSS file in the description. Now go to JS file and create another container with the class name chatbot popup. Inside this, create another container chat header. And inside this, we create another container with the name header info. Inside this, we have information about header. Inside this, now we will add our first icon. For that, go to ChatBotIcon file and create icon. Now you can find the icon code in the description. Paste it here. Now export this file. Now put this chatbot icon into the bot avatar. Now after this, create an h2 tag with the class name logo text. Write AI chatbot. Now export this file. You can see now in the browser you can see this icon and text. Now after this div tag, create button tag with the class name icon button. Inside this, we write our drop-down icon. Now in the browser you can see this drop-down. Now after this div tag, create another tag with the class name chatbot. Give it reference chatbody. Now in the browser you can see this white space. Now create another container with the class name message, bot message. Now inside this we create another container. Create container with the class name bot avatar. Give it chatbot icon. Now create p tag with the class name message text. At this point, chat history contains every message in our conversation. So instead of creating message manually, we loop through the array and render a chat message component for each message. Now we will add footer section. For that, create container with the class name chat footer. Inside this, we add a tag ChatForm. Inside, instead of putting the form logic directly inside app, I have moved it into a separate ChatForm component to keep the code organized. We are passing two props on send message, which lets the form send message back to the parent component, and is loading. And is loading, which allows us to disable the input while the AI is generated a response. This component is responsible for rendering a single message in our conversation. Whether it's a user message, an AI response, or a loading state, this component handles how it appears on the screen. Is bot. Here we are checking the message belongs to the AI. We also treat the loading state as a bot message because it displays in the same position as the AI response. Is loading. This helps identify when the AI is still generating a response, so we can show a loading animation instead of a normal message. Based on who sent message, we apply different styles. This let us visually separate user message from AI responses, just like a real chat application. Now go to app.js file, import this chat message. Now go to ChatForm file. This component handles user input. Its job is to collect a message from the user and send it back to our main application. Useref. I'm using useref to get direct access to the input field so we can read and clear its value without creating extra state. Now I am going to resolve some errors. Now your chatbot is completed. You can create your own cloud clone and add to your resume. For that, check out this video.